Judge denies creating mass surveillance program harming all ChatGPT users. So essentially what's going on here is OpenAI is being ordered to retain chats in its ChatGPT logs when those chats are legally, let's say, requested. So it's a copyright infringement lawsuit. So essentially what's happening is this judge needs to deal with the fact that people need to be able to present claims of copyright infringement or other types of copyright infringement, like related claims to OpenAI, and say, did somebody use your system to infringe on our copyright? And in order for OpenAI to either prove or disprove, or to at least provide evidence for the claim, they have to necessarily retain prompts that are being let's say like used by users of their system. In terms of pure copyright infringement, the judge believes that the order for OpenAI to retain user logs, user prompts, inputs and outputs of the ChatGPT website is required so that it can accommodate for future lawsuits where this kind of copyright infringement information needs to be extracted out of ChatGPT history so that it can prove or disprove claims. However, a regular user named, I believe the last name is Hunt. Let me see if I can just find the right name here. I can't find the full name. Anyways, there's this person named Hunt. I believe that's his last name. He went to the judge and kind of didn't really file like a counterclaim, I guess, but like a complaint about the order, because all of a sudden, without anybody knowing, OpenAI now has to suddenly keep your logs of all your prompts until this order comes into effect, at least, and might be indefinitely in place. And OpenAI was never ordered to notify anyone. And so this person, Hunt, is like, well, I've been using this system and providing it with sensitive data about like my business in order to get help to achieve certain things about my business. And I'm only finding out through this lawsuit, not through a publicly disclosed piece of information, that all of my financial, medical, whatever I'm putting in here. And then he makes the claim also that there are people who use it for things like military stuff, and which is true, or national security stuff, which is also true. These people aren't aware that suddenly OpenAI is keeping these logs indefinitely. And then on top of that, this person is trying to tell the judge, think about what happens when you can make a copyright infringement claim to get access to information that's not actually part of copyright infringement, so that you can kind of bypass, you can use the law as a way to get information on people that you shouldn't have, because people trust these systems with like their personal, private, business, sensitive data, whatever it is. But the judge said, nope. The order stands because I am only focused, I think it says kind of like down at the bottom here, I am only focused on copyright infringement. That is the only thing that is within the purview of my court to act on. And therefore, within the purview of copyright infringement, I find it to be absolutely necessary that OpenAI retains logs of users' prompts and outputs and whatever they upload and all of that, because otherwise nobody could make a legitimate claim of copyright infringement unless they caught they caught OpenAI at the exact right window of the temporary retainment of logs, which is a very, very, very short window. It's effectively nobody could actually present a copyright infringement legal claim. So this is very, very difficult and strange. But what I think this eventually leads to is the fact that your information will not remain private. It's not going to happen. You're not going to have the ability to expect privacy of your prompts anymore. And the meta.ai, the public feed on meta.ai, you don't even have to log in. You can go on there. I don't know. I think they took it down now, or they fixed the problem, but a lot of people were prompting some very, very, very personal information there. I mean, like having like mental breakdowns on there and using the AI to help them through it, and it was all public. You could see it there. I mean, not all of it, but the stuff that was public shouldn't have been public. So this is like a very kind of dangerous road to go down, but I don't see how it's avoidable at this point because legally you're going to need to keep people's stuff, right?